Mic check. Mic check. Again, mic check. Give thanks and praise, free people. Why sometimes we have to, you know, drag ourselves out here just for put in the work. We really want to find a way for us to have the computer read this thing. Sometimes I just distracted and lazy for really, disconnect this and that according to how the speaker them structure. But however, we're going to make an effort to maintain the consistency and structure our information, either say in an academic format where it can be easily adaptable. Because I don't see this kind of presentation anywhere. People just do their own thing. So I don't think it's a problem for this Ahuuakhan from the Ahuuah Indian nation, do their own thing. Everybody do their own thing. So, it's free will out there. The difference with us is that we are create a system where should outlast our existence. And again, grassroots, and like most great things, people not see the foundation or the start or, the creation. Then we only can acknowledge the effect once you go through the stage, That's the creative stage. However, we just stay consistent. The ones that we have eyes to see will, and we make sure document these information and secure it in our archive for, posterity. That way we leave our mark. Free will exercise, people. We always emphasize knowledge over ignorance, really. And when I say that, it's just the basic. If you don't know, now you know. If you never see it, look at it, it's right here. Now you see it. Then you can make informed decision opposed to just follow, presume authority blindly. This is why we're in this state of condition. We have politicians who present themselves as if they are God and have them little agents perpetrate all kind of genocidal act in the society. And the only thing we can do is document these things or protest against these things, or you walk away from that area and create your own system. Yeah, man. So, but a kind of uniqueness with how we kind of present ourselves, how we are structured, and how we are move forward. Yeah, man. Sovereign in our capacity in every aspect. And we move away from the domestic area in terms of their administrative structure. It now apply to it. This is why I kind of see what I go on, but I just share information on a more international, general level where it really apply to the domestic area, but it can't be imposed. We can't be like the colonial system where come and impose itself upon us. Again, our Indian constitution, the West Indian constitution, the constitution of this Western hemispheric region is called the Great Law of Peace. They had them do the research. They had them go look at it and think that some foreign thing. No, this is when we as a continent did exist as one. We unite as one. We have different varieties of it. No different from what go on now. Use Jamaica as a typical example. There was a time when Jamaica is so restricted where the people were them classifying a Kingston and know nothing about most of the other parishes, them especially the far rural parish. Listen, but they are upon the island now, and there is many you know say location parishes or them where I've never been. I'm the right on the island, yes, sir. And foreign people that say, yeah, man, they are Jamaica, so you're supposed to go everywhere. No. You have some people who live on this island, especially some of these people who live in a certain area, them don't ever come out of them community. Give thanks to the internet because it expose everybody. You see the good, bad, and the ugly. Really. Yeah, man, but you know, just the correct information we need to saturate the place or alternative information were proper, what can be researched, what can be validated. We need some of them kind of information, and now especially if it can be organic. We're tired for follow some colonizer or them colonists or these agencies agenda what them a give people all kind of documentation and I call it redemption. Yet you're still attached to the colonization. You're still attached to the colonizer. You're still attached to the colonists. I say you want some kind of financial nonsense. We have to walk away from all that, man. We have to go back to the barter system, man, and make them keep them cash. Because I say a thing where one of these location posts say cash is freedom, but me know say some of the unlearned people and but still colonize. I pretend to be weak, so called. Freedom away barter system is, but the power belongs to the people, not now. Gold, silver, and no kind of instrument of value. And when you have a thing and me need a thing and we can exchange that thing and me link with the next man will have a thing and I say God. We are exchange things of value, goods of value. You know what I mean? You know, come with some imaginary paper and I say, hey, you know, I give you $1 million loan and you not get no cash in your hand. What kind of nonsense is that? That's a slavery. Yeah, man. However, we share enough information where, you know, ones can choose to follow some breadcrumbs here and there and acquire some kind of alternative knowledge for improve their state of condition, improve, you know, the meditation, remove the veil, if not completely, at least partially, so you can start think outside of the political construct. Yeah, man. Here on the island, the local people worship the politician as if they're God. I don't understand it. I said, I'm have a politician here, I think his name some Chang, and them call him Dr. Chang. I don't know if he work down at the university hospital or which one of the location in work, but I hear that guy talking and that guy can't even speak English properly. He can't even speak Patois properly. I don't know what language him a mumble and a bumble and a babble there. Talking about police and need cameras and these criminals, these known criminals. How can you sit down and listen to these? How can people give them attention? I don't understand it. Yeah, man. This guy, I don't even want to say allegedly. Them say the US ban him on all kind of nonsense. Then why the mess him in our government? And why is it surprising that Montego Bay were in response for one of the worst location, them out to Kingston by miles with them unnecessary criminality? I don't understand it. I don't understand how money saturated certain location and instead of the location them improve, the location them degrade. And it become a place where the young youth of the society them just get corrupt and get washed away. I don't understand it. And then it become normalized where the media outlet them now celebrate the demise of the younger population. It's like them are clear the way for these foreigners come in, come spread out and say them are the original Americans. You know what I mean? And they are now called Jamaicans. This is how these people work, and them use our own so-called people, well, what may look like us, to carry out these atrocities. Jamaica have a constitution, constitutional law, where it is there for restrict and limit and guide the ones them. And these guys throw these instruments away under their own thing and continuously get away with it. Now we have other people, especially what I'm calling diaspora overseas, them will look in and say, Jamaican, uno a fool. Well, uno not do this and well, uno not do that. And me I say, me upon that island, yeah, as an Ahuuakhan, me not classify myself Jamaican only because I say the state of condition and I know better. However, the Jamaican people never can do much than what them a do is just them squeeze them and them just take the pressure and them just find ways to cope. Them not necessarily can rebel outside of we where I do the verbal talking and say fire burn these things. But if the oppressive state, government, is armed and dangerous, unlearned, untrained, unqualified, most of them are criminal going in, criminal, going out. You can't tell the populace where can't help themselves to talk about them are going to revolt and nonsense. When you see some of these people on the media, we want justice or no peace or no, all those nonsense. These little uptown people, these little proper people, these people who have a rascal bank account where more than the whole community where them going to advocate for. I don't listen. I not trust none of these kind of people. Period. Why? Cause I just show all of them. I just show them. I show off and show about both. That's what I'm do. You never get nothing done that way. Why? Cause the very same people are elect. The very same politicians where I give all of the orders will create the problem. Our people are what we call dunce. Because we can read with understanding, we can write. It has allegedly. And we just do anything what we want and we excuse everything that is political. Once a politician, we stand down. But if it's another so-called Jamaican do something wrong here or there, problem, problem. But when them address these people in a way where We can't even say intellectual. We better would have said intelligent level. Because the intellectual, then I don't know where to find those here on the island. I know they're not there up in a UE. You can't find them up in a UE. You know what I mean? Because UE are the place where push out these government entities, all of these politicians. Right now, you probably have a young generation of children where them have a groom, boys and girls, where them keep together and spoil them up. And these very same spoil up ones are them coming at these political nonsense. Just pay attention to the pattern. This is why I can't get involved because I don't know who is who. I don't know these people. I don't know none of them. Matter of fact, whenever I'm there on the island as a young man, for can say me I understand these things. No. I just know say all of what them I do is outside of law, is outside of the order in council what them get from Britain. Them just create them own pattern, them own style, and them thief. Some little low life people were gone in other politics. Some of them, boy, I don't know, I never plan for I go on this way, but Jano, it's like I ask myself when I see the police them here are behave so inappropriate. Mother ask them, sir, madam, who were you before you become employed as a police? What were you before you become employed as a police? And where were you before you turned a police? Just write a brief essay and express that and do it honestly. And most of the world would be surprised, I'm telling you. Come talk to a lot of police, especially when me the active up and down and thing. I ride around and I move around. And whole heap of them, even when me could remember a reason with police at the time, them police that they live nowhere. Really, I just from one woman yard, and if things get bad, them go back to their mother yard in some bush. So I say, oh, the ones them for totally ignore them duty, them oath, what them subscribe, and them take the oath, you know what I mean? To uphold the Constitution, its laws, and to serve the Jamaican people. And the sovereign, all when them a citizen, all when them dumb, we're not supposed to ill treat them. Why? Because the fundamental rights and freedom are talk about human dignity. The very Constitution expressed that it emphasized these things. Show respect. And these policy enforcers, these commercial vendors, totally ignore those, principles. Totally ignore it. And then the media celebrate them. And, these things do not need to be studied. It need to be eradicated. You don't need to study these things. It's called colonization. It's called systematic genocide. There is no way you as a politician supposed to be a public servant can amass billions in assets and the populace are scrambled and pay rent, and one politician can brag. And listen carefully. The people accept these nonsense. This is why I cannot participate. Yeah, man. Rather just bring information where bring honorable clarification and just go and stay in my own paradigm. I can't come out, come advocate about me already. No, because this criminal government of Jamaica, them ignore me totally, totally, and rightfully so. So anything me say and fireburn them, because me not in them thing, it not really mean much. All me have to do is prescribe law, prescribe proper conduct. That's on my level there. And I highlight the infractions and the international violations where them do them own thing. But again, because the people don't agree, delegate authority to them, there's not much ones can do. This is why my son can't talk to the Jamaican citizens as if me I talk to the Ahuuakhans. Because the Jamaican citizens are property of some foreign corporation or corporate entity. Yeah, man, by way of them citizenry, literally. That's why the government of Jamaica have the agent them genocide the population or the young, well, young and old, I get it, believe it or not. Yeah, man. So right now, I just go and stay fit and train for run, yeah, man, because I tell the ones them say, we go on big, bad and tough and go on with ourselves. If we don't have intelligence behind it, we don't have nothing at all. There's always the correct knowledge that we have over the ignorance that we might purport. If you can write on paper if you say this is where you deal with, then I'm gonna go assume or presume say you're one of the rest. Them can just do what them want. There become a time where we now have no excuse. People now can say them never know or I had no idea. Yeah man, and that's the choices we ever make. For me personally, I'm in a war. My choice is peace. Yeah man. And I can only attain peace when I'm free. Yeah, man. And I can only express my freedom by way of my sovereignty. And nothing complex for me. When I try to change the world, I have absolutely no interest. And I definitely not have no interest in taking over the government, overthrowing the government. I have absolutely no interest in that sodomitic government and its sodomitic governance. Fire burn to its core. That's my thing there. So I'm non-political. You won't be able to initiate me on the left or the right or nowhere at all. I will light the whole thing on fire. No interest. Why? If I bring division. Yeah, man. Out of many, one. That is who we are. That one will stand up and say, enough, enough, enough. We're not brighter than we are when we are the dance. And cannot be more articulate than we are when we talk, we stammer, and we listen, and all of these things. Yeah, man. The same earth we exist on, but kind of brainwash with folks, spoil them. So every now and again, you know, you have one of we where we just jump out of the nonsense and say, hey, nonsense them are going without there. Open up on the eyes if you choose. We can't impose these things. That's why I create an area. Yeah, man. Ahuuah Indian nation in America. We create our own paradigm. Yeah, it's called West Indian paradigm. Yeah, we create our own structure. Yeah, man. This is where we say the Ahuuakhan or we call it the triad, where we have the natural law, the common law, and the treaty authority. This is the application. This is the process. This is the principle. This is the protocol, not this administrative statutory mess. But again, the vision is revolutionary, and this is the revolution, not a gunshot of a fire. Yeah, man. We just walk away from the colonial empire. Yeah, man. Bold and brave. Yeah, man. Wild and free. Sovereign in our capacity. But we need some, you know, accurate knowledge to express these things. Excuse me. Yeah, man. We just need some accurate information for try our best for, go on like we know this and we know that and, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to try present this information if I can. If this thing not really stick too much. Again, Ahuuakhan academic thesis title From Survival to Sovereignty, a juridical and ceremonial continuum of human freedom. Author Linton-Oneil, Dallas, aka Ahuuah. Copyright claim 2026, all rights reserved. Introduction. Survival is a primal condition of existence, meeting immediate needs, resisting extinction, and enduring oppression. Sovereignty, by contrast, is the conscious state of self-determination, lawful standing, and communal empowerment. This thesis explores the transition from survival to sovereignty as both a historical necessity and a ceremonial affirmation in the digital era. Survival as a condition. Definition. Survival is reactive, focused on subsistence and defense against external threats. Characteristics: scarcity, vulnerability, and dependency on external system, everything outside. Historical context: indigenous nations and oppressed peoples endure centuries of survival under colonial displacement, forced labor, and denial of lawful identity. Don't impose your colonial citizenry on the Ahuuakhans who are sovereign in their capacity. Now, limitation. Survival alone does not guarantee dignity. It sustains life, but not freedom. So we have to move away from survival. Now, sovereignty as continuum. Hey, hey, boy, let's give thanks to the ancestral spirits. We are animate way. Where we are though is unheard of. This is our new system for this new digital era. We're not business where Babylon are do, and we're not business where Babylon people are choose to do. We have set the trend, we have set the precedent, and yeah, this is why I must say establish your house. Yeah, You have to establish your house in order to express yourself as sovereign. A simple thing, nothing complex, really. Sovereignty as continuum definition. Sovereignty is proactive, rooted in natural law, common law, and treaty authority. Characteristics: self rule, lawful affirmation, communal recognition, and perpetual continuity. Oh gosh, wow. Ceremonial dimension. Sovereignty is expressed through articrafts like with trinkets, proclamations like with declaration, seals and archives that bind identity beyond statutory jurisdiction. Digital era. Sovereignty now extends into paperless governance, authenticated archives, and perpetual recognition across all networks. We look at the transitional pathways. We have the category dimension, survival, and sovereignty. We look at focus, survival, immediate needs, and protection. For sovereignty, focused, lawful standing, and empowerment. Dimension, energy, survival, reactive, defensive. Dimension, energy, for sovereignty. It's proactive and creative, just like what we are doing. We create our own paradigm, West Indian paradigm. We create our own system. Yeah, man, the sovereign protocol, step by step in a people. We look at dimension again, identity. For the survival, it's subject to external control. When you're in a survival mode, your identity is subject to external control. When you're in a sovereign capacity, your identity is affirmed by lineage and treaty. Oh man, no, they must study me right now, but hey, doing the work. Artifacts, tools of endurance once you're survival. When you're in a sovereign capacity, your artifacts become your ceremonial manuscripts, your seals, and your ledgers. Now, for carry my people up on this level, no more little come on board thing. Outcomes in a survival mode, it's the continuity of existence. When you're in a sovereign capacity, the outcome is continuity of freedom on into perpetuity. Yeah, man. We look at juridical and ceremonial implications. The item have to choose for reverence, sanctuary. Yeah, man. Our in the nation is such a sanctuary, truly. Juridical sovereignty transcends statutory decrees. It affirms rights that cannot be alienated. Ceremonial, the act of moving from survival to sovereignty, is itself a proclamation engraved in artifacts, spoken in assemblies, and bound in archives. We now do nothing with no foreign input. Foreign people can't talk to it from your outside of our society. Get the mess away from we. We don't need your input. Yeah, man. Communal. We're We're always a community. And Ahuuakhan Indian nation are just the standard bearer, the flagship. We now go have a problem associated or being associated with all other Indian nations. A nation we deal with, when I deal with not like a tribal mimicry. Nation, stand up. We have a declaration, communal declaration, where it's structured in such a way where no different from the great law of peace. You just have to choose, volunteer, you know what I mean? Be a part and express that clearly. This is why I'm tell our people we never can get involved in a criminality. Really. Yeah, man. At the moment you move outside of being honorable, then you find yourself in a dishonor. And as such, a lot of the guarantees that should secure you, you're going to lose them kind of structure there by default. Remember, we are non-adverse, we are non-belligerent, we are non-combative, we are neutral. However, we reserve, we inherent God-given right to preserve our existence. This is why I share information and I structure this way. I can't wait upon the mainlanders them when I really have this kind of clarity or mental capacity for push against the colonists and its colonizing society. I can't wait on those because most of them spoil. You have to set the precedent so them can follow suit, them can learn. Remember, we are the free sovereigns, We are the wild Indian, Congress can't give we no talk. Yeah, man, and the Privy Council around Europe, Britain, they so can't give we no talk. We just have to go up against the unlearned politician where I run amok in our island with some little mumbling, jumbling foreign guy. I say him some kind of minister. Minister for who? Minister where? Dance boy. Dance foreign looking. You think you look like me? Guy. I'm gonna spoil this location a long time, so we have to stop it now and correct it. We not accept no talk from a politician. We will always leave our place open to a statesman. Because the statesman I deal with states. It has interest and state business. Politicians do them own thing. So I'm gonna play game with politicians. I'm gonna know no. Never did. I'm gonna want no until I choose to become statesman. Yeah, man, and I make we know brawling say, watch we are all, subscribe this kind of oath and we are hold that oath and we stand up with you, sovereign man, because we are hold the oath. When I not can express it that way, I man will come stand up with you now, so you mean? And then I show myself now judgment them oath breaker, yeah. We hang them in a Spanish town square. If them too much, we start every parish have a location for hang a politician. Politician not have more money than the common people. No politician not drive a big car and common people are walk past. If you have big car politician, when we see the politician in car for full beer people, it look like him a run taxi. Beer people him a let off. Not full of young girl, young school girl, no. Politician not do that. And go when voting time them know you. That's why I can't deal with politics. Yeah, man, me have to burn it, man. Me have to burn it, man. Now, our conclusion is this: survival is the foundation, but sovereignty is the crown. To remain in survival mood or state of condition is to endure without freedom. However, to, to align yourself, to collaborate, I don't know if I break that word down, but I like it, or to ascend into sovereignty is to affirm lawful identity, communal empowerment, and eternal continuity. Statement, let's touch on it. Thesis statement. The movement from survival to sovereignty is the essential transformation of human freedom, binding existence to lawful standing, and ceremonial affirmation. We do give thanks and praise. Yeah, man. Reverence our sanctuary out there. Again, that the words of our mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable unto thee, Most High. Again and again and again, we do give thanks and praise. Complete gratitude out there for the time. Complete gratitude for your presence. As usual, with us catalog information. And we use this area specifically so the information can catalog around here. So YouTube are one of the biggest, you know, say, search engine next to Google them and all of these things. Yeah, man. So with us a complete gratitude, information share. We present the information so the item can catalog. Ahuuakhan is who we call the West Indian. Ahuuakhan is being specific. Yeah, you have American Indian, that are the mainlanders, them people identify themselves as such. And you have some other people who call themselves Native American, because them can't say them are Indian, them come from Asia somewhere. And we as, the West Indian, where we in the West Indies, so we are the West Indian, that make we the authentic, original First Nations. Naturally, it starts with us. We revolutionize the earth, literally. It might not look that way, but we really do it. Yeah, man, I will play a significant role in such. No different than the effort where a man such as I make right now, unceremoniously, and when I need no applause. That's why I was a face it. Yeah, man. Complete gratitude out there. May the Most High guide and protect the item in all the item endeavors and in all the item ways and bless the item perpetually. Salute, free people. It's never a popularity contest. It's about our consistency. Yeah, man. Hurt someone heart. Kind of can't touch with. Yeah, and survive the Most High's wrath. Yeah, man, let truth reign in the earth, at least. Make the ones that want it can have access to it. That's all. Yeah, man, because most people can't manage it. Totally terrified of it. However, let truth reign. Give thanks out there.